And here we are. I don't know which way you like this. This might be too big for you. I have no idea. So anyway, so this is how we're going to do it because it's easier for me to see because I don't see very well. Anyway, okay, so we're going to be in week 6 this week for grammar. We're going to have 5 days of work this week because we have another review on Friday. So usually there's only 4 lessons, but there'll be 5 because the last one will be a review. So anyway, let's look here. Today, we've been learning about the different types of verbs, the different tenses. We've learned about the simple verbs. We've learned about the perfect and the progressive. Okay, now you can apply these. Also, I was talking to my kids about this the other day. You can apply these to when you're reading in the scriptures. You're going to run across some progressive forms of verbs, which means it's a continuing process because it ends with ing. You're going to also run into some perfect tenses. So you'll just have to kind of keep that in mind as you're studying. But anyway, so this is not things that you really need to memorize. You just really need to know the differences between these and the persons, and the main thing being the helping verbs that come with it. Remember, simple, they don't have any helping verbs except for the future tense. They'll have will in front of it. But the perfect, both the past, present, and future, they're going to have, has, and had. Okay? Progressive always ends with an ing. All right, so now here we have complete conjugation of the regular verb. First person, second person, third person, singular and plural. So many things to remember. But you'll need to look over these pages. I'm not going to read them. You can read yourself. Just kind of study that a little bit. Kind of get it in your mind. Simple past, I grabbed. Simple future, I will grab. Okay. Perfect present. First person, second person, singular and plural. Perfect past, I had grabbed. Perfect future, I will have grabbed. Here we go with progressive present, progressive past, progressive future. Just study over those. Okay, then we're going to do exercise 21A. The person and the number of pronouns. Now we're going to identify the person, first, second, third, and the number of the underlined pronouns. Cross out the incorrect verb in parentheses. The first one's done for you. This is taken from The Once and Future King by T.H. White. Okay, so a lot of these, you can just say them and say, oh, that doesn't sound good at all. That sounds horrible. And you'll just know. But sometimes you can't do that. So they've done this first one for you. Okay, so basically you're looking at the person of the pronoun. This would be they is third person. Look back up if you need to. Okay, and then do. It wouldn't be they does fly. They does love to fly. They do. So cross out the wrong one, and then you'll put whether it's singular or plural. Okay, of the pronoun. They, of course, is plural, third person. Okay, so see if you can do the rest of those. I'm going to pause it, or let you pause your program, and then when you're done, turn it back on and we'll look up at the answers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring the answers up here. I'm not prepared on this, so it'll take me just a second to find it. But while I'm doing this, go ahead and get you a different pen or pencil or something out, or just a different color, a marker, anything, so that you can mark it. So that I can just very easily look and see what you missed and what you got right, so I can be better prepared to help you. Let's see if I can get to it. Here we go. Okay, so here are your answers right here. So go ahead and pause it as you check that. Okay, I hope you got those right. Most likely you did. Those are pretty easy. Okay, now we're going to go back to our work here. We're going to look at, here's some more lists here. Simple present, perfect present, progressive past, third person. Okay, let's look at exercise 21B. We're going to identify subjects and predicates. Draw 2 lines underneath each simple predicate. Now remember, the simple predicate's the verb. And 1 line underneath each simple subject. That's the main word that answers the question, who or what, whatever. If a phrase comes between the subject and the predicate, put parentheses around it to show it does not affect the subject-predicate agreement. Okay, so let's look here. Leafcutter ants live in the southern United States and South America. Let me go up here to my notes because they did not do the first one for you. So I will try and help you, but I need to change that color to something else that's easier to see. Okay, so first of all, we're going to find the verb. Always find the verb first. This particular curriculum always wants you to find the subject first, but it's easier to find the verb. So let's look at this sentence. I bet you can hear my rooster. Leafcutter ants live in the southern United States and South America. All right, so live is our verb, okay? And that's the only verb there is. There's no helping anything anywhere. That's all there is. Okay, then we say, who or what live? Ants. Okay. Now, in this sentence, leafcutter would be an adjective because it describes which ants? Leafcutter ants. So, but we only need this simple subject. Okay, there's nothing that comes between here, so that's all you do in that one. Let's look at this one. These creatures, strong and resourceful, create gardens and complex societies. Now, in this sentence, see if you can locate the verb before me. Create. That's all there is. Who or what create? Creatures. That's your simple subject. Okay. Now, there is a phrase that comes between our subject and predicate, so we're going to put it in parentheses, showing that this does not bother our subject-verb agreement. Okay, so do that to the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 more. Go ahead and pause it as you finish this, and then we'll turn it back on and we'll check it. Okay, so go ahead and take out your pen, your other pen or whatever. See if you can check these right down here. You can pause it and go ahead and check those. Just correct the ones you missed. Okay, let's then go back here. We're going to look at exercise 21C now. We're going to do a subject-verb agreement. These have always been so easy for me because it's just generally which one sounds the best. Now, I say that, and sometimes they can be a little confusing, especially if you live in the South and you get used to our dialect down here, because sometimes, if you haven't noticed, sometimes our dialect is a little bit wrong, but that's okay. Look at exercise 21C. Cross out the incorrect verb in parentheses so that subject and predicate agree in number and person. Be careful of any confusing phrases between the subject and the predicate. So they didn't do the first one for you, so cross out the incorrect one so that you're left with the correct one, okay? Read the whole sentence. Go ahead and pause it as you do that, and then we'll turn it back on with the answers. Okay, get your red pen, blue pen, green pen, crayon, whatever it is. See if you can correct, see if you can correct, make sure you got all of these correct. All right, well, I'm going to hope that you got all those correct. So that will conclude our English lesson for today.